Thanks for showing out in such great numbers here. Listen, I want to get the unpleasantness out of the way. It's not that unpleasant. Let me explain. I got here a little late, too late to leave the official guest list at the door. Well, that's the kiss of death to a man in my profession. I know a few people in the Amsterdam neighbourhood, and if they've got to pay to get in, my life won't be worth living. I know what you're thinking, would it kill them to buy a ticket? Well, you know what, I had a word with them beforehand, and yes, apparently it would. So now I'm in the ignominious position of having to read out the official guest list right here from the stage. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, and technically I'm cutting into your entertainment time. You could probably get a legal case out of it, but please don't. I'll try to make up the time. Let's get the unpleasantness out of the way. I'm going to have to read the official guest list right now from the stage, and that's all there is to it. And it's in your interest to listen very carefully here, because if your name isn't on this list, I'm afraid you're going to have to buy a ticket. Unless you already got a ticket, in which case you don't have to get another one. I'm not a fucking animal. So listen carefully to the official guest list, and I've tried to make it as entertaining as I can. It wasn't difficult because everybody I know in the Amsterdam neighbourhood, their names rhyme with each other. So it's quite entertaining there. So let's get the unpleasantness out of the way. Listen carefully too. The official guest list. I know, all the names rhyme with each other. Think, what's the chances? It's everybody's lucky night. Listen carefully too. The official guest list. Here's the who's that, are you in it? Duke McGuinness on his photo finishes, Chandler Burr with a bucket of myrrh, a murderer in human fur, a one-man racial slur, no, 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 better not forget her. Charlie Davidson and his Harley Davidson, Nevada Bob and his Lazy Lob, Argyle Pete and his stocking feet, J.R. Justice and the VIPs, anybody who speaks Maltese, Wayne Newton, his sister Fick, Roger Scruton and Mr. Big, Jerry Hall, she's very tall, and all of her Uncle Tom Cobblers and all from the Albert Hall, at all, Get Carter, Frank Sinatra, Jeffrey Archer and his sudden departure, Clint Bilton, Clarice Hilton from east of Sweden, Peter Stilton, Jack Shit and the Zeros, borderline unpleasant heroes, Jimmy Zilch and the Scandaleros, Billy Dos Sombreros, Zorba and his Hellenic Shapiros, Sad Clown and his tragic heroes, Prince Baron, the Emperor Ming, Big Ted, the Kidney King, El Vengador, Ilos Vengadores, Little Ronaldo, his sister Dolores, her cakes are very Moorish. Admit anybody who knows my brother, but anybody who says she's the mother of any child I might have sired who ain't my wife and yet she's wired. If you're letting her in, I'm afraid you're fired. I'm mugging you off as I make this mark. Authenticated by Dr. John Cooper Clarke. It's official. It's official. Okay, wherever I go, I'm asked a lot of questions. I don't know why, I don't know the answers. What is occasional furniture the rest of the time? That kind of thing. Why only one monopolist commission? If Jesus was Jewish, why the Spanish name? How deep would the sea be if there weren't any sponges down there? And so on. But I don't know the answer to that. Anyway, whenever I'm asked any question at all, I answer in the existential. Why? Because I'll level with you. I'm an existentialist. Most of my friends are existentialists. Well, it's company for me. So whenever I'm asked any question at all, I answer in the existential. It's a knee-jerk reaction. Pavlovian reaction. I turn into a meringue. Not really, I was trying to be flip. I'm an existentialist. And whenever I'm asked any questions answering the existential, I can't help it. For instance, here's a question I'm always asked wherever I go in the world. Dr. Clarke, how did you get here? How did you get here? And of course I answer in the existential, why ask? Same as anyone else. My mother and father loved each other very much. They went courting, then they got engaged, then they got married. One thing led to another. Nature took its course. Here I am. Why ask? Ah, there you go again, Dr. Clarke, off on your existentialist tangent once more, when really, when we posited the question, how did you get here? We merely wish to ascertain what method of transport you employ. Why didn't you say so? In that case, in the best kind of car known to man, and that car is not a larder. The difference between a larder and a Jehovah's Witness, you can close the door on a Jehovah's Witness. No, the best kind of car to drive is a hire car, ladies and gentlemen. For these very reasons, these are the social advantages inherent in the rented vehicle as itemised hereunder. Double park, don't lock the door, push the pedals through the floor, give it loads and then some more. It's a hire car, baby. Grip the stick, grind the gears, watch that distance disappear, never be yours in 1,000 years. It's a hire car, baby. Hire car, why would anybody buy a car? Bang it, prang it, say ta-ta. It's a hire car, baby. Bad behaviour on the street, save yourself a couple of sheets, collision waiver, keep it sweet. It's a hire car, show this motor no respect. Bump it, dump it, call, collect. What else did the firm expect? It's a hire car, baby. Hire car, why hot wire a car? Whenever you require a car, hire a car, baby. Drive the motherfucker anywhere just like you don't care. Put it down to wear and tear. It's a hire car, baby. Pray the person who hired it last did not drive it quite this fast. This Dagenham Dodger will not last. It's a hire car, baby. Hire car, steaming like a samovar from the front bumper to the spoiler bar. Hire car, baby. Try not to kill yourself or injure anybody else. Don't forget to fasten your belts. Rent it, dance it, bang it, prang it, bump it, dump it, scorch it, torch it, crash and burn it, don't return it. Lost deposit, let them earn it, who cares, it's on the firm, it's a hire car, baby. That's an accident waiting to happen. Here's one I made up. Two ugly sisters from Fordham took a walk one day out of boredom. On the way back, a sex maniac jumped out of a bush and ignored them. Because sometimes less is more. I'll be back on the minimalist kick later on in the act. I'm not leaving this alone. I'll be revisiting this whole minimalist area later on. But meanwhile, I've got to put your minds at rest. Before I do that, I've got to put your minds at rest, because anybody that's ever seen me before will attest I've been piling on the pounds lately. But there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this. Ever since I stopped taking narcotics, and then I started piling on the pounds. Now I can't go back to Manchester where narcotic use is virtually compulsory. Every time I see anybody I know, it's, hey Clarke, get back on drugs, you fat fuck. They're not being helpful, frankly. To the extent that I wrote a poem about it, and this one's called, spookily enough, Get Back on Drugs, You Fat Fuck. When I go back to Longridge Park, does anybody wish me good luck? No, all they say is, hey, Dr. Clarke, get back on drugs, you fat fuck. Get back on drugs, you fat bastard. Get back on drugs, you fat fuck. We only like you when you're plastered. Get back on drugs, you fat fuck. They say I'm piling on the pounds, but that ain't the only reason that I suck. Well, put the donut down and get back on drugs, you fat fuck. Get back on drugs, you fat degenerate. Get back on them, you schmuck. You're the size of a minor emirate. You were good once, but I don't remember it. Get back on drugs, you fat jumping Jehoshaphat. Get back on drugs, you fat prick. Thank you very much. thought I'd put your minds at rest. You're probably wondering why, and you know, there it is. So, don't bother pointing out that schmuck doesn't rhyme with prick. I didn't get where I am today not noting the phonetic dissimilarities between the word schmuck and prick. But you see what I was doing there? You see what I did there? I subverted the form in order to point up a higher truth. So back to minimalism. Back to minimalism, right? You know, sometimes less is more. And you know what proves it? The haiku. Anybody here heard of Gary Snyder, the head of the Haiku Society and the king of the beatniks back in 1958? Remember that guy? Yeah, right. You know that guy. He put me on the road of Zen Buddhism in 1959, and I've never really veered from it. Not in any serious way. So, no, but I'm a great believer in minimalism, you know, your possessions tie you down, all this, you know, and all that. And let me tell you about it, because I was sort of, had it kind of ratified, my minimalist lifestyle, I had it ratified by none other, because I did Glastonbury last summer, you know, in the summer. It seems like centuries ago, doesn't it? But I was there, it was probably about 6 weeks ago. And I heard that His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, was there, so I figured, you know, time to verify my minimalist lifestyle. Who better to do it than Mr. Anti-Materialism himself, the Dalai Lama, the anti-materialist king. And people like him don't need money. Don't you understand? But anyway, time to verify my lifestyle choices over the years since 1958. Was I wrong all along, you know, to get rid of all my earthly possessions? In fact, so I said, you've got to introduce me to the guy, the Dalai Lama. So I can make that happen, Dr. Clarke. So we met, shook hands. The whole of my right-hand side sobered up. I said, long ago in that, thanks to the work of the great Gary Snyder, I embraced the code of minimalism and the way of the samurai since 1959, Your Holiness. He says, call me Dal. I says, right, Daz. Like that now. Right, Daz, I says, this here minimalism, I embraced it in 1959, and I've got it down to a George Foreman grill and a bottle of disinfectant. What do you think? He says, Jesus, Clarke, you want to get some shit? You existentialists, you've always got to take it too far.